Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it is a beautiful October day here in Belize. Last night, low in the mountains here got down to about 68. It was nice. So nice to get a break from the heat. So yeah, just in case some of you were wondering, it does get cool here during the winter time in the mountains of Belize. So we ran into a problem, and I figured this might help somebody else out there. Me and my wife ran into a problem that we had before we left the States. We bought an Apple product. We bought a MacBook Pro. Bought it brand new. And we had done some research, so we knew that electronics were more expensive here in Belize than they were in the States. So that's the reason why we went ahead and purchased a brand new MacBook Pro. So let me tell you what we found out the hard way about Apple products in Belize. And it's not that Apple products do not work in Belize. They work fine just like they work anywhere else. So we ran into a problem with the MacBook. There was a problem with the motherboard in it. And, of course, Apple, we were on the phone with them for a couple weeks. They did some remote sessions and what have you. And it came down to there was a problem with, they believed that there was a problem with the motherboard and the computer was going to have to be worked on. So we didn't really think nothing about it. It's under warranty. And so we told Apple, okay, that we were going to find out where to take it, and then we would let them know when we were bringing it in. So we started searching around in Belize for somewhere to take the Apple that was under warranty. Because when you have an Apple product that's under warranty, if anybody else but an authorized Apple repair shop opens that computer, your warranty is shot. Pretty much, you killed your warranty right there. And there's a lot of people here that work on Apple products. It's not that there is not people here that if you have a problem with an iPhone, a MacBook, the watches, there's plenty of people here that work on Apple products. So it's not like if something breaks that you can't get it fixed. The problem came with the warranty. Now, through all the research that we did not know Belize does not have one authorized place to work on Apple products for a warranty. We were kind of in shock about that. And so we got back on the phone with Apple, and my wife kept talking to them. Of course, the people on the phone just said, basically the gist that we got is that Apple was not going to put a store in Belize for whatever reason. That's really the short answer that we got, is that Apple was not going to put one of their stores here in Belize, so we would have to send it back to the States. So if you've never lived in Belize, or if you're somebody that's here, you know what an issue that can be and how expensive it can be to send something from Belize back to the States. So we started looking at different options. We were looking in Guatemala. Couldn't find anything there that we could actually take the MacBook Pro to. So the closest place that we found that we could take it was Tulum, Mexico. Now, before I get into all this, let me tell you what we found out. So back to shipping it back to the States to have it worked on. So if we were to have shipped that laptop out of Belize back to the States, we would have had to have gotten a customs broker. Now you might ask yourself why. Well, we would have had to pay a customs broker to do the paperwork and to state that we were sending our PC out of Belize to be worked on, so that way when it comes back in, we would not be charged as if we had purchased a PC and then had to pay duty on it. But even still, we were going to have to hire a customs broker twice. Once when it leaves, and the other time when it comes back. So for a PC that was under warranty by Apple, being here in Belize, we were going to have to pay to ship the computer back, which a lot of people may think, oh, well, that's no big deal. Um, it's extremely expensive to send something FedEx here, which is what most people use when it comes to electronics or a document. It was almost $400 to send our MacBook Pro. That was just to send it back, plus the customs broker leaving, plus the customs broker coming back in, plus, you know, doing it that way. Who knows how long that we would have been without the computer. And my wife really needs her computer, and we use it for a lot of things. So for us, that wasn't an option, because at the end of the day, we were kind of looking and we were saying, well, we're getting up into the price range of, we can just buy a used MacBook here rather than send it back to the States. So we had been to Tulum back in 2016, and we kind of knew where the Apple store was there because we stayed in that general area. So what we ended up doing is we ended up making a mini short vacation from Belize, and we drove all the way to Tulum. And it took us 6 hours. We got to Tulum in 6 hours. It was an uneventful drive, no drama. You hear all these horror stories about driving through Mexico. Me and my wife personally, we've never run into that. So yeah, anyways, we drove all the way to Tulum, Mexico. We got there and we were able to drop the PC off the very first evening that we got there, which is really great because that Apple store was open till like 9 o'clock. So we drop it off and we go stay at the place that we stayed at back in 2015. We already called them and let them know that we were on our way, and we were figuring that we were just going to be there for a couple days. So we get a call the next day from the Apple store that it definitely is the motherboard inside the PC. It has to be replaced, and that part has to come from Mexico City. So we got there on a Thursday. So we asked the guy how long this was going to take, and he said, well, it probably won't be here till Tuesday or Wednesday. So here we are, we're up in Tulum. We need this computer. It's under warranty, so we just say fine. So we spend the weekend there. We kind of go throughout Tulum, have a little bit of fun, see some of the ruins again, hang out at the beach because the place that we stayed at was right on the water. So we just kind of relaxed. Tuesday came and the motherboard still wasn't there. So now we're starting to get nervous. Wednesday came and the motherboard showed up at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we had already been talking with the guy who was working on the computer. We had been talking to him on a daily basis. So he called us as soon as the motherboard got in. He says, listen, I'm going to get it in because we needed to leave the next day regardless. We didn't have a lot of time. So we had to leave the next day, which was Thursday, if ands or buts, because we had somebody else that was watching our animals here in Belize. So they could only do it up till Thursday. So regardless, we had to be back. So the part got there Wednesday late afternoon. The guy said that he was going to work up until close and get the motherboard in. And as soon as he got back in the morning, he was going to run the test and make sure it was done. So that morning, we're at the Apple store 30 minutes before it opens. They open. The guy comes in. It takes about another hour. He's working on it. So now we're starting to get nervous. But he came back out and he had good news. Everything was fixed. We got an additional warranty with the computer at this point, and we were good to go. So we took the computer and we headed back to Belize. So that was the process that we had to go through with getting our MacBook Pro fixed when we needed it without having to spend a huge amount of money. And it actually cost us less money. And I know it sounds strange, but it cost us less money to drive to Tulum and back than it was going to be for the shipping of the computer to the States, having it fixed, import brokers, and then having it shipped back to us where we were in Belize, because Apple does not cover shipping out of the USA. Not only that, they specifically told us that they were not responsible for anything that left out of the USA. So that's another reason why we decided to drive to Tulum. So yes, if you are coming to Belize and you have a new Apple product, if you have an iPhone, a MacBook Pro, whatever, if you have a new Apple product that is under warranty and you run into a problem with it, I just want to let you guys know now, it is going to be a headache. You are either going to have to go into Mexico or you are going to have to ship it back to the US, which either way is going to cost you some money. So it's not like you can just go around the corner and have it fixed. Like I said, there are people here that work on Apple products, but if your computer or phone or what have you is under warranty and you let somebody else open it, your warranty is dead in the water. So just keep that in mind. If you're coming to Belize and you have a new Apple product that's under warranty, just keep in mind that if something happens to it, you're either going to have to ship it back to the US or you're going to have to drive into Mexico. So hope this helps somebody out that's thinking about coming here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the content in this video, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. And we got lots more videos coming out for you guys. Thanks for watching, everyone.